Cheryl Desiree grew up in California, and the winding road of life led her to Nashville, where she's a songwriter and singer of traditional country music. She wound up here in part because of a record her grandmother had. Desiree fell in love with Patsy Cline's voice.
No one sounds like Patsy Cline.
But if you're going to sing in Nashville, probably need a Patsy song in your set list.
Sweet dreams of you every night I go through. Why can't I forget the past, start loving someone new, instead of having sweet dreams about you.
Untold thousands of singers and wannabe singers like Cheryl are influenced by Patsy Cline, and she's got millions of fans, even though her career tragically ended more than half a century ago. But fortunately, there's a place for all those fans and singers to see Patsy Cline as she was.
There's just something about her voice. It's just so much more different than everything that's out there, especially today. Not to knock anybody that's out there today, but it's just there's something about her voice that's just classic and it's timeless.
Mario Munoz is the general manager of the Patsy Cline Museum, where visitors can get a glimpse of the everyday life of someone who became an icon.
Patsy's stage costumes are here, many of which were made by her mother. The actual sewing machine that was used on those costumes is here also in the museum. A lot of rhinestones and fringe on some of the early costumes people seem to like. There's some handwritten letters here that are worth checking out. Patsy answered her own fan mail. So there's several women throughout, and men, I guess, throughout the country that she corresponded with. Aside from the letters, I think some of the handwritten lyrics that are here, because Patsy could not read sheet music and she did not know what key she sang in, so she would write down the lyrics to learn the songs to what she would be doing in the studio. And she has the little notations on some of them.
Along with some of the things Patsy Cline loved, you may be lucky enough to run into people she really loved, like these visitors from France did. They got a personal encounter with Patsy's daughter, Julie Fudge. When her mama's life was tragically cut short in a plane crash, Julie was 4 years old, but she has her memories.
Having been in that position and then having people talk to you about her for the next 50-something years is a blessing that a lot of people don't get. Really keeps her alive.
The things in the museum are part of Julie's life in a middle-class family with a mom who would achieve superstardom after her death. Things like a salt and pepper shaker collection.
She was traveling, and these were little souvenirs, and some of them have little price tags or little markings on the bottom. They usually cost less than $1 for the set, and this was a way to collect something and have something from her tours and from her travels.
Or a refrigerator, a Norge, running constantly since it was bought back in 1957.
It had to be running to come into the museum, because if it's run that long, I'm not gonna mess with it now. And these are just normal things that were in my house my entire life. The chairs, the things hanging on the wall, the TV, they were all just a part of the furniture in my house as I grew up. And eventually Dad would get something different and we would put this away, because now it's a part of, almost like a part of history now.
Mm-hmm. History and a notion of what might have been, like this exhibit of stage costumes, designs drawn by Patsy shortly before her death. The dresses weren't made until the owners of the museum had them made 50 years later.
It's really nice to know that it's come to life, that something she had in mind did come to life afterwards.
So many personal things here. You know, it's almost like Patsy is here. For instance, take this jukebox. Gotta have a jukebox since Patsy Cline had the most popular jukebox song of all time.
I'm crazy for feeling so lonely.
Yeah, that's the one. Something a little crazy happened with this jukebox.
Then when they put the jukebox in, they were thinking they had to make a place on it for Crazy, so they took the little tab out and they went off to make the little tab. In the meantime, they put up the mural of her standing by a jukebox. When they came back and put the tab back in, it's the exact point that she's pointing at. And it had nothing to do with each other. It wasn't planned.
Deep within my heart.
Not planned, but destined to happen maybe? Like Patsy's short but powerful career, still entertaining, moving, inspiring millions. Like Cheryl Desiree, who doesn't really fully understand it.
But no, I don't think there was ever anyone before or since that was able to capture the hearts the way Patsy did. It was just a timeless thing.